Oh, hello, Daniel. I didn't see you there. It's very good to see you. We miss you a lot over here in Texas, and I will soon be in California missing you a lot as well. So we just thought we'd put together this video for you to tell you how we feel.
I think of Daniel as like a very kind person who's always giving of himself to other people. Ever since we were really little, he was always willing to give up something that he had or something that he wanted to play with for other people, which I just always remember.
Oh, when Daniel was a baby, he was such a sweet little boy since he was born.
Daniel was just, he was just such a cutie pie. He was just full of life. Always having this smile. He still does. He's always carrying this smile in his face.
I think we got along. He was always getting along. He got along with everybody. He was nice. He was real nice. And I think it was John that always, I don't know, I always got into it.
I think it was you and me.
I think it was. Oh man. Anyways. So, but yeah, Daniel, nobody had a problem with Daniel.
Well, Danny, you were the most beautiful baby. You never cried. You were alert. You were always looking.
His big eyes just looked at you. Just looked at you. He was sweet, tender since he was born.
He was a happy baby. He was a happy baby.
Daniel was always level-headed and always very calm. And he could always take things as they came. So I'm very proud of him. Very proud of him.
Very, very loving. He's still very loving. I just hope no one breaks his heart.
My first memory of Daniel would be love and caring, because he always is just there.
My favorite memory was when I would come to your house and he was so little. He could not even talk yet. Yet he would run to the refrigerator and get me whatever he could and gave it to me. Water, an apple, or whatever.
As you started talking and getting to where you could walk, you made the most incredible faces. There's a time period of about 1.5 years where every time somebody took a picture, you were making the funny face, and it was like you would make us laugh. It's like, where in the world are you getting this? And I mean, there was times when you would open your mouth and like scream with food in your mouth because someone's about to take a picture. And I mean, you did the silliest things, and we just never got where did you get all of this from? Nobody in the family does that.
I was around for your funny face pictures. Those were hilarious, especially during Christmas time. And that's probably the best memories I have was Christmas time. I think every one of us in our family, especially the children, us, remember the fun times that we have during Christmas.
Just talking about Daniel-isms and Daniel things.
All things Daniel.
Yes.
Daniel-isms. Daniel always said funny things, or he always had a funny way of putting things when he was little.
And one that I remember, that I'll always remember, Margie used to say, you need to write all these down.
I remember always hearing them and telling your mom, you really need to write these down because they're really pretty funny. It's very good material if we just remembered them.
For some reason, you fell in love with mimosa trees.
At that time, there's not that many mimosa trees now, but at that time it was a plant to have, and there was many mimosa trees in the neighborhood.
The street heading to our house on the route that we took was lined with mimosa trees.
And once Margie told you that that was a mimosa tree, she gave you the word mimosa. We would go to Margie's house during the summer, like every day, every other day we'd be over at her house. And you'd be going, look! A mimosa tree!
Mimosa.
So it was cute at the beginning, not so cute after the 50th mimosa tree.
My favorite
Go ahead.
story
What's your favorite story, Mama?
is about how I think your mom was dropping Daniel off to be babysat by Margie.
She used to grab you and hug you and squeeze you, and you know, we came from boys, so you know the way you tell a boy you love him is you hit him.
Because Margie loves him so much that he would hit on him or bite him or squeeze him.
During that same Mimosa summer, you had this disturbed look on your face as we were going to Margie's house, and I said, "Baby, what's wrong?" And you're like, you're all worried. I could tell on your face because you're so expressive, and you just, it's like you'd have this stress. And I said, "Baby, what is wrong? Talk to me. I love Aunt Margie, but
Margie's love hurts."
I started laughing. I said, "Well, baby, your Aunt Margie just adores you. Tell her that her love hurts when we get there. You tell her, and she'll make sure it doesn't hurt anymore." "No, I don't want to." "Baby, do it. I'll be there with you. You just go ahead and tell your Aunt Margie." So we got to Aunt Margie's house. I knock on the door, and she's about to grab it. I go, "Margie, Daniel has something he wants to tell you." And so you're like, Margie, your love, it hurts." And Margie died laughing, and she thought you were so adorable. Her first response was to want to hit you because that's how she showed love. And then she'd go, "Oh, I'm sorry. So she just grabbed you like this and gave you a kiss on the neck and just held you like that and kind of went like this, you know, instead of hitting you. But her first response was, I think she did hit you on the neck because she thought you were so cute.
And yes, that's the way Aunt Margie is with boys especially. Aunt Margie's love hurts. And that's a good story. We love those Daniel stories.
I just remember Margie saying how much she loved you. What a great kid. How everybody was saying what a great kid you were. And the most memorable thing about that trip was when you touched a cactus and you went up to Margie and said, Margie, a cactus bit me."
He came away going, "That cactus bit me," and everybody laughed about that.
He touched a cactus and he ran up. He goes, "That cactus bit me."
He comes running down. He got bit by a cactus. The cactus bit him. So, I always love that story.
So something I always remember is whenever they'd come over and we'd go in the backyard, and I would set out toys and balls and stuff that the kids can play with. And then we'd leave them alone for a little while. Then we'd come back and they completely ignored all the toys. And then they would start piling things up that were not toys, like take all the lawn chairs and trying to stack them onto the wagon and try to pull each other across. And then they're always doing kind of dangerous things like that. We're like, "Stop! You're gonna get hurt." Because they were little. They were just, it was just John and Daniel doing this kind of stuff.
I think my favorite memory of Daniel, the one that I thought was so wild and crazy, was when he shaved his eyebrow. That was the most hilarious thing in the world. I was just like, what in the world are you doing? You went around, we have pictures of you with a shaved eyebrow. I have no idea why you would shave your eyebrow. I guess you saw your dad shaving, and one day you were in pre-K and you just lopped off an eyebrow.
Yes, I remember when you shaved your eyebrow. What were you thinking? Do you remember? Did you get a spanking or what, Daniel?
I think me and him we did the what is it? On Christmas we carried baby Jesus. We did it together because we did it together. It was so exciting too to carry it. I don't know why. It was just exciting.
I remember that Daniel liked cereal a lot, and he liked certain cereals quite a bit. And I think to the point where he asked for cereal for Christmas.
Daniel was 3 years old and I was asking him what he wanted for Christmas. And he was the most adorable baby in the world. Oh my God, he was so beautiful. He was and very expressive, like overly expressive. I want a car, I want a little car, and I want, and you looked over and you saw the Velveteen Rabbit book that we had been reading. I want a Velveteen Rabbit, and I want want a box of cereal, all mine. And I just died laughing.
That was pretty funny. So he wanted his own box of cereal.
You unwrapped the Fruit Loops, and I think you like walked around with them and you kissed the box, and they were like almost as big as you. And you said that you had wanted a box of cereal that you didn't have to share. And what I thought was really interesting is I wasn't going to make you share it. I mean, it was your Christmas present. You know, you could eat it all yourself. And I got you a bowl and some milk. And John and Elena were to both of your sides. And they asked you if they could have some cereal. And you go, okay. And you poured them these huge bowls of cereal, and y'all ate that whole box.
What was Daniel? He was Joseph. Daniel was Joseph, and Andrea was Yes. So no, just very stoic and took his part very seriously. That was great. He really liked, I think, being Joseph. I think he took extra pride that he got to be Joseph, and that was a great play. And he took his role very seriously with his little hands, and he kept him where he was told. And that was a pretty long sitting for 30 minutes that they sat in the live nativity.
When he was a little boy, maybe a little younger than Joseph, at a Christmas gathering, and because of all the wildness of all the kids, kind of like how Joseph is right now, Daniel would find himself a quiet little place to take a nap, like underneath a coffee table. I used to love watching Daniel sleep underneath the two coffee tables.
First, I think it was glowworm. Glowworm went everywhere. And Daniel loved glowworm. Then Winnie the Pooh. Then Velveteen Rabbit.
Not only did you carry your Velveteen Rabbit all over Mexico, but you insisted on dressing your Velveteen Rabbit in your clothing.
That I'm happy that I was able to do is to take you and your brother, sister, your mother to Mexico with me, and that you know a little bit of Mexico.
I think they would go, can he, puede dejar ese mono feo allí? Mom, if he wants to carry his little Velveteen Rabbit, then let him carry his, I'm not going to carry it for him. If he loses it, he loses it. I don't care, but if he wants to carry the Velveteen Rabbit everywhere, then let him carry the Velveteen Rabbit everywhere, Mom. But your grandma was like, "Ay, esa cosa, ay, como lo odio."
I remember Burger's Lake. Oh my gosh, I can't believe nobody else has mentioned Burger's Lake. I remember we had that little crab floaty. We would always fight over who got to be on the crab floaty because it wouldn't hold all of us. For some reason, the crab one was like the favorite. We had other ones, but the crab was the coolest. I think because it was red. And I think one time we buried Daniel in the sand and gave him chichis. Big ones.
I guess one memory I have with Daniel is sitting in Wilita's closet, and we reorganized the whole bottom part, all her boxes of shoes, so we could make our club and our fort in there. And we would just go in there and spend hours sitting on the floor in her closet having meetings. I don't even remember what we talked about, but meetings, and it was with, you know, John, Daniel, Elena, and me. And that was really fun.
My favorite memory is actually you taught me about Pokemon when I was probably about 6. I don't remember anything except you always said Pokemon Pikachu, so anytime someone says Pikachu I think of you awkwardly, so thank you for that. I wish you could have been here, and I really hope I get to see you soon, but I'm glad that I get to do this for you.
One of my favorite memories of us growing up, and I think you might agree, as most of our other time was spent fighting. In our youth, when we would play in the apartments together all summer, every weekend, we would get our bikes out, we would have our laser tag, we would sneak through the side plats, the side, whatever you call it, the fence on the side of the apartments, and we would run around in there and just get so dirty, and it was the best time of my life.
I remember just spending basically our entire summers together. Whether you guys were here or I was there, we just spent so much time together in the summers. Swimming at Tony's pool, playing pool.
We also yelled stuff at the Taco Bell all the time until they cut down the tree and told us to stop doing it. anyway, yeah, it was a great experience to growing up with you, and I just, you know, I consider you my best friend, and I miss you a lot. So hopefully we can see each other soon.